Pretend you like each other.
Pretend you like each other.
So what? Pretend you like each other.
Oh,
No, don't look at her. Look at me. See how you start?
You've lived through almost a century's worth of history. That's, I mean, you may not appreciate it yet, but it is really amazing the changes that occur over the course of a century. So I'd like to say that more than 72 years ago, on the day that World War II began in Europe, Harold arrived in the U.S. to be greeted by his American family, people, for the most part, he had never met. Although he had been born in Czechoslovakia and still has an accent, he's actually a fourth-generation American. A year after he arrived, his mother, father, and two brothers, one of them being here, landed in New York the day after FDR was elected to a third term as president. Last August, I started reading letters from 1938 to 1940 that were loaned to us by Charles, and Charles had gotten them from someone else, or at least a percentage. The letters were astonishing. They told the story of the rescue of Harold's family by U.S. officials, two Italian aviators, fascist aviators, a Hungarian playwright, and one of the most famous men of the 20th century. I have turned this into a little book called Fanny's Brothers that Harold and I are giving to family and friends. And there are copies for one member of each family. For instance, it's a family copy. I can do others if people want them, but they'll have to run against me. I want to thank Lloyd and Laurel, who have been very, very helpful with getting this book together. Laurel got some background in passport history, and Lloyd gave me great feedback. He's a writer, and I really valued his feedback. And Harold is, I don't know what will happen if I don't have Harold around as an editor, because he is a really good critic. And it's both funny and it's really serious. I really appreciate his criticism. It's valuable. So there are enough books that each family can take one at the end of the party, and they're out in front. And Mary, take one, because I want your buzz. And so it's a very interesting and remarkable story. It's a great yarn, and I thank the brothers for that. Now, I think I'm going to have the most delightful part of the whole evening for me is to introduce Mary Walshok. Mary has lots of titles. Two of them are Associate Vice Chancellor for Public Programs and Dean of Extension at UC San Diego. And my favorite title, and I really mean this, is her Swedish knighthood. In the Royal Order.
I forgot to wear my medal. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
She has the Royal Order of the Polar Star. Now think about that. Wouldn't you rather have the Polar Star than a garter? I would. Well, Harold was Vice Chancellor at UCSD. He was Mary's boss. But it's hard to imagine anyone being Mary's boss. And impressive titles don't really describe her. She is a force of nature and has accomplished more than most people do in 6 lifetimes. She's like an immensely gifted chef whose ingredients are people and ideas. She seems to be able to make anything happen. Mary, make something happen.
I'm so pleased to be a part of this occasion, and I'm also really pleased that Dick and me are here tonight, because I worked for Dick and Harold, and they were an incredible combination. Harold is very exacting and careful, and I would come in and talk about wild and crazy ideas. Many of them had come from Dick Atkinson, by the way. And Harold and I would sit down and figure out how to turn them into reality. And we did a lot of wonderful things together when we worked together. One of the things about Harold, and I don't know if it was because I was a woman, Harold, but I learned a lot about Harold as a person when I worked with him and for him. That he liked sports cars, that he had dogs, that he liked classical music, that he'd been a supernumerary at the San Francisco Opera. I think it was Aida, I can't remember which. And I got to know Suzy. And it was a wonderful, wonderful professional experience for me. And we've remained friends since he left his position as Senior Vice Chancellor. Going to opera and music festivals together, hosting salons on music, and sharing many wonderful experiences. I'm here tonight, Harold, on behalf of the family and friends to talk about a gift that we are giving you in honor of your 90th birthday. Suzy started talking with me about what would be the right thing to do for Harold. And in our discussion, we thought there could be nothing more suitable or appropriate than to create an honorary program within the Department of Physics here at UCSD that carries your name. And we determined that in supporting graduate students, that would be the right way to do it. And so Suzy got on the phone and on the email to many of your family members in this room. And I have promised, after this happy occasion, to get on the phone to many of our friends and faculty colleagues to further build this endowment. But we've raised more than $30,000. Our goal is $50,000, and the wonderful physics department is going to match that, so that starting next fall there will be a Ticho Fellow in the physics graduate program. I'm especially pleased that the chair of the Department of Physics joined us tonight, Dmitri Basov, and he's going to talk a bit about what he sees as the significance of this gift and how the department will build on the momentum Suzy's been able to create over the last couple of months. The chair of physics has a career not unlike yours. He's come to this country after studying at the Russian Academy of Sciences. He's a distinguished physicist, and I have to mention some of your awards because this is a room full of people who actually get it. He's been the recipient of an NSF Career Award, the Ludwig Gensel Prize, the Humboldt Research Award, the Frank Isaacson Prize for Optical Efforts in Solids by the American Physical Society, and he currently serves as chair of one of the most distinguished physics departments in the United States, Dmitri Basov.
Years, feels like 3 or 4. So I researched that, and I discovered that many, or perhaps most of my distinguished colleagues who are still with the physics department have been hired under Ticho's watch. I will not name the numerous rewards that they received, but among them there are 5 members of the National Academy, and this is a major accomplishment. It was the vision and leadership of Professor Ticho to make this really bold appointments that still define what physics is at this university. On behalf of the physics department, I would like to thank the Ticho family and friends for this wonderful gift. And this is not just about the cash. We take credit cards as well. This gift is very special and important for the department in many ways. We wanted this gift to commemorate lasting contribution that Professor Ticho has had on research at the university, at the department, but we also wanted this gift to be about the future. And graduate students is the backbone of research at any research university. That's certainly true for UCSD. And we thought that the Harold Ticho Graduate Student Award would be something that will allow us to bring best of the best graduate students to do research in physics. The physics department, I'm pleased to announce that the physics department will match one-to-one the payoff from this endowment. The physics department will also make available, perhaps in this uncertain budget climate, we still can make available about $10,000 to be paid to this Ticho Fellows, to bring them here as a signing bonus to our program. That's what it takes to bring best graduate students in physics these days. We will relieve these Ticho Fellows from all other duties. We only want them to focus on their research and making breakthroughs, on becoming famous and making this university famous. This Ticho Fellows will be selected annually from 400 or 500 applicants that we typically have by our admission committee. We would like to we will be able to name the first Ticho Fellow in April or May this year. We certainly will inform the family and friends, and we'll have this information posted on the website, where we have also a space describing this really lasting impact that Professor Ticho has had on the university. Speaking of the website, we can also take donations online, so we welcome traffic from impulsive spenders and donors. Again, this would not have happened without family and friends. We are really grateful to family and friends for this wonderful gift, and on behalf of the physics department and on my own behalf, I would like to wish Professor Ticho many, many, many happy birthdays.
Some months ago, I joked with Suzy that on my 90th birthday party might be an appropriate time to give a 90-minute address. But Suzy looked at me and she said, make it 4 minutes. I said, how can I describe in 4 minutes the wisdom that took me 90 years to acquire? Suzy looked at me and she said, okay, make it 5 minutes. I'll try to be brief, and I'll skip the wisdom. First of all, of course, I want to thank all of you for this party. A few from just around the corner and many from the other end of the United States. I really do appreciate the sacrifices in time and treasure to come here. As you have noticed, this is largely a family affair. I hope that people from the various branches of the family had a chance to get acquainted. As far as Dick and Rita Atkinson, Mary Walshok, the Jessups, the Fishers, the Basovs, and last but not least the Podorskis, special thanks for braving a family. I really did not, I was kept out of the loop as far as the plans for this, but meeting are concerned, so I really will not speak individually about the people who spoke from this lectern, but I would very much like to thank them all for their very kind remarks, and I do appreciate it. Finally, I want to thank Suzy for orchestrating this 90th birthday celebration. Suzy is a perfectionist, and she worked very hard to make the event a success. Even though I was kept totally in the dark and at a distance, I could tell that she was working on it. Getting to 90 is no great accomplishment. All it takes is good genes, and beyond that, just plain dumb luck. And as far as dumb luck is concerned, a vital part of it is a good marriage. In January, Suzy and I will celebrate our 40th wedding anniversary. For those who are mathematically inclined and capable of subtracting 40 from 90, you will realize that that was no spring chicken. Actually, acquiring a bride and an 8-year-old stepson was quite an experience, and frankly, it was a little scary. Well, it actually worked out very well, and it's wonderful to have Michael, Mara, and the grandkids parts of the family. In conclusion, thanks again to all of you for coming here, and maybe we can have a rerun 10 years from now. As a good physicist, I have checked the statistics, and the odds are 4.8%. So please mark your calendars. Finally, I want to say one more thing, which I think should always be said in large gatherings. It's time for you to turn on your pagers and your cell phones, so that when you get home, people can call you. Good night.
I ended up having to do a lot. She gave me a lot of work to do, but it was, I want to make sure you all know it was she who came up with the idea. And now there are some people who I think are going to come up and sit. Come up.
Oh, no, all of them. No, make me come up by myself. Yeah, over my head. We're going to do it.
Now you'll know why they saved us for last. It's a very hard act to follow.
Yes.
But we would like to raise a glass and Uncle Harold, and a couple little stories we want to tell about. We never lived in the same city, but I can remember from a very little girl, you coming to visit us, and you had bought us, you bought us dresses. I don't know you remember, you used to bring us beautiful dresses, and we still look back on the pictures and say, oh, that's the dress Uncle Harold bought us. We still, I mean, we always can pick out those dresses. And I also can remember when Uncle Harold, I was actually 12, brought Suzy to our house in Highland Park. When we met her for the very first time, it was before we knew you guys were getting married. And we just thought that was so great that we were going to have an aunt. That was great, so.
Your turn. So, Uncle Harold, every time he would come, when we were little, Uncle Harold always told us this poem. And it like stuck with me like so much. So we're going to tell you the poem. Okay? It's called Pelican. A wonderful bird is the pelican.
His bill will hold more than his belly can.
He can take in his beak,
Food enough for a week.
but I'm damned if I see how the hell he can.
Suzy wanted us to make one toast, so this is Uncle Harold. What? No,
I'm just so very happy to be here, and I wanted to just speak to the fact that every year in January, Harold and Suzy come to New York to have their 1 week of winter time. And I want, being from New York, you know, there's always a tremendous amount of pressure to provide a proper snowstorm. I just wanted to say how much we really love it, and we will do our best this year.
We're all the nieces and nephews, by the way. Wonderful to meet. Uncle Harold, it's you know, one of the things that we have in common is, at least I had worked in academia for a number of years, about 14 years actually, and I can remember my first job at Lehigh University. I got a job there as the assistant director of the Alumni Association. And so during my time there, obviously I had a chance to meet the president. And the president of the university at the time was a gentleman by the name of Peter Likens. And so I met him as Peter Likens. I said, nice to meet you. My name is Ron Ticho. And he looked at me. He looked at me a little closer, and he said, Harold Ticho, are you related to Harold Ticho? And I said, yes, he's my uncle. And he said to me, he said, well, if you have the integrity and half the intelligence of your uncle, you'll do quite well here at It really is an honor to be here, and we're so happy to celebrate with you. And on behalf of Pam and our 3 children, we love you very much.
We're going to have to drink that.
That's for you again. As much as I hate to admit this in this room, I struggled with academics, and especially in high school and college. It was a difficult thing for me. And from 3,000 miles away, Harold inspired me. And for me, the one word that comes into mind when it comes to my Uncle Harold, it's an inspiration. And he's been that for me throughout my life. And especially since Sharon and I, my lovely wife and I, have moved to California, to San Diego, it's been really wonderful spending time with Suzy and Harold in their home and getting to know them personally. And that's been really a special thing for us here in California, coming to San Diego. So we love you, Uncle Harold, and happy birthday. Oh, first thing.
He doesn't want to give up.
One, two, three.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm Daily Chancellor, friend of Harold and Teak and Suzy's. I'm sure most of you know what this is, but this cake. Oh, okay, so maybe you don't know what it is, but I met Harold and Suzy because I do Macintosh consulting, but when I met Harold with his Mac, we slowly, connected stories. It turned out I had studied as an undergraduate at University of Chicago and done my, I earned cash by working at Fermi Institute in high energy physics. Suzy told me he worked in physics, and I said, so when I met him, I said, what kind of physics? He said, high energy physics. I said, really, what a coincidence, so did I, University of Chicago. He said, oh, I was there too, and blah, blah, in high energy physics. So this may look like a really strange cake decoration, but the connection is, it's interactions in a hydrogen bubble chamber. And that may not sound so interesting, but I think it is. That's just me. But here's a microsecond of time with so much event happening. And I think we're celebrating 90 years of events. So it's a big difference. But it's a snapshot in a universe of events. So there's 1 microsecond, and here's 90 years, and there's not that much difference. Anyway, I think we'll enjoy the cake. I'm sure.
9 candles symbolic of. Well, that's adorable. I love what they did. Isn't that nice?
I'm taking video.
I speak loudly because I don't have a microphone. This is a picture of a bubble chamber event, something I worked on. What Daly forgot to say is which way the magnetic field goes, and that's a very important issue on these pictures. I don't think there's any magnetic field around here. So, I guess this is going to be a ceremonial first cut.
There goes the vacuum.
Happy birthday, Uncle Harold.
Everyone knows that's the word.
All right, say happy birthday, Uncle
Happy
Harold.
birthday, Happy birthday. Hey, can I have a picture?
No.
Happy birthday, Uncle Harold. We love you.
Happy birthday again, Harold. Happy birthday.
Where's Steven?
I know.
Say happy birthday.
Don't move. Don't move.
Say happy birthday, Uncle Harold.
Happy birthday, Uncle Harold. Happy birthday, Uncle Harold.
Happy
birthday. Oh, lovely, Charlie. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So,
Happy
what?
birthday, Harold. Harold, happy birthday. Many more. All right, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Get a shout out. Can you get a happy birthday, Harold Ticho?
A little louder.
Can you get a happy birthday, Harold Ticho shout out for 90? You go, boy.
Happy birthday, Harold! Woo!
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Harold.
Happy birthday, Harold.
Let me put my glasses on so I can see the lens better. Happy birthday, Harold. It's a very special occasion, and I greatly appreciate being here. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
I would love to say happy birthday to Harold. It's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor to be here. Your family's been great, and thanks for having me.
Happy birthday, Harold.
Action.
I just want to say happy birthday to Harold. It's been a wonderful father and an exemplary grandfather. We all love you very much, and we're looking forward to the next 10 years.
You're all together. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Harold.
Happy birthday, my darling Harold, and he has meant everything to me.
Tonight and yesterday.
Come on, Uncle Harold. At 90, you should be able to sound that. Come on.